Instagram and TikTok are used to spread propaganda by Russian influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers. As you might know, Kiev is sort of my second home. You know, my girlfriend's from there. We've been spending quite a lot of time in the Ukraine in the past few years. My mother-in-law, you know, she's currently stuck right in Kiev, and it's been really hard for us. I have to tell you how it is. Constantly checking the news, checking in on her, you know, girlfriend's constantly on the phone with her. Other parts of the family as well, also parts of Team heyDominik. For example, my executive assistant, Yana. Thankfully, she's fled the country with her little daughter, but her husband, Vitaly, which, you know, if you see this, you're the man, you know? We're gonna go to dinner pretty soon, I'm sure. Yeah, but he had to stay behind in a country that's being bombarded as we speak. You know, a country that I call my second home. This is just so out of this world for me, to be honest. With that being said, one thing that seems like not a lot of people know or talk about is that there is some sort of full-blown info war going on as well. I even say TikTok and Instagram are one of the reasons why so many people in Russia are still backing this whole thing, getting all heated and aggressive towards people from Ukraine, you know, believing all those news and videos that they see from there as being fake news. And like I said, it's happening right now on Instagram and TikTok, which is really, really bad. Let me show you. At first, I noticed some of my former Russian friends posting really angry stories towards Ukrainian people. I'm not gonna show them here, you know, just for reasons, but they were all sort of speaking about similar things. For example, that the Ukrainian people literally torture and terrorize people who speak Russian as opposed to Ukrainian in Kiev, Odessa, and yeah, other cities in the country. And yeah, my girlfriend being from Kiev, she speaks Russian. Her whole family does. Most of my friends who are from Kiev speak Russian, you know? It's not like they're being slaughtered, because that's what all those Russian friends want you to believe. You know, some of my friends and some of her friends speak Ukrainian, and it's sort of a funny thing because sometimes, or it's actually a normal thing for, you know, one person speaking Russian while the friend replies and answers in Ukrainian. So yeah, I wouldn't hear the difference, obviously, or just barely, but yeah, that's just how it is there. No signs of torture, obviously. But here's where it gets really interesting. A few days ago, a video popped up showing mostly young influencers, Russian influencers, some with hundreds of thousands of followers, talking about the exact same things, sometimes even to the T with the same words. And they all basically say that Russia does not want the war. You know, they just come to help and free the people from the Donbass area. Very complicated political situation, which we're not going to get into right now. But basically they say, well, we're just going to liberate you guys from those bad Nazis. Yeah, that's what they say. A few days later, a leaked Telegram message or some messenger thing surfaced about a campaign with the very same topics and hashtags, paying reportedly about 40,000 rubles per post. You know, kind of hard to figure out how much exactly those rubles are worth right now, but let's just say right now it's about $280, which is sort of a lot considering in Russia the average median income is about 55,000 rubles per month. So for one story, I guess it's pretty okay, especially since this campaign, if you look at it, it's mostly younger influencers, younger people, 18, 20-year-old people. But that's not all. Just a few days ago, another Ukrainian blogger, Ina Fisun, she shared that she got contacted getting offered about 100,000 rubles per story, with each campaign having 3 to 4 stories. So quite a lot of money, I guess. And again, there's certain objectives that she has to talk about. For example, that you know, this campaign has to be done quickly, really quickly. Also, she should use her own voice, so sort of sounds natural to not attract a negative audience. Worked really well with those younger influencers, huh? Said literally the same words. Yeah. Now, I could go on and on about this. For example, this propaganda machine not only happening on social media, but also for the sort of older generation as well. Russian actors being staged and filmed in a bombed city, with the same actors appearing multiple times in different cities, saying to the camera that they've been liberated and helped by Russians, obviously. You know, they say they brought in food, only that the food they brought in is literally Ukrainian food they probably stole from the store that you know, normal people like my mother-in-law have to wait hours for in the cold to buy. please, whatever it is, be wary that social media can be and is being used for super bad things, you know, all around the world, especially now. And this sort of shows the danger and the harmful side of this whole social media world, because right now there's lives at stakes. There's people just being aggravated. Basically, one part of the war being fought on social media. Another thing is, as soon as I posted my latest community post about 2 weeks ago, there was somebody, you know, again, copying my account, trying to get donations. It's despicable. I really hope you'll burn in hell. Now, there's other things that I've observed as well in the past 2 weeks that are sort of despicable from certain people. I'm not getting into that right now. Maybe on my Instagram stories at one point. But yeah, this whole thing correlates with what I was talking about a few months ago, that this influencer game sort of needs an overhaul, or is due for an overhaul, because it's about to crash pretty soon, especially seeing what's happening right now in the world. So also for you, if you've been wanting to grow your brand on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever, you sort of need to have certain strategies set up when this whole thing crashes, like I sort of predicted will happen pretty soon. There's a video where I talk about this. And other than that, if you know some people who need help right now, for example, Ukrainian people in the UAE who are stuck or something right now, I'm here right now helping some people. So if you know anybody, just tell them to reach out to me on Instagram. I'll see you guys pretty soon. Let's hope for better days.